Just when I was here 2 months ago, we were walking down on Levinsky, and then we ended up meeting this Ethiopian Jewish, and somehow he started talking to us, me and my friend. He was very rude, and I mean, I've never heard such words. I mean, he was telling me how we Eritreans stink, we smell, or we should go back. I mean, the things he said is like it's something that he cannot even repeat. So I was that was very shocking for me, because, as I said, I did not expect that. So I'm sure not all of them are like that, but seeing how Africans are being treated here, so you would expect them that they would be on that African side, because they too could be mistaken for an Eritrean refugee, because we look the same. How are you going to differentiate he's Jewish and he's not? We all look the same. And so that was very shocking for me, that these people when someone is demonstrating, I expect that especially more than anybody, that the Ethiopian Jewish to go outside and demonstrate on the behalf of the black people, because today it's Eritreans, tomorrow is someone else, and I'm sure they're being mistreated in the past. We read so many things in the newspaper as well, but so that also doesn't help. I mean, this is I don't know. I mean, I cannot blame the religion. I cannot blame the people, because I have so many Israeli friends that are very good people. I mean, especially the activists here. They are my inspiration, because the things that they do is more than what any Eritrean does for another Eritrean. So these are people that I admire and love. So I cannot generalize, but at the same time, it's very shocking to me that people are letting this happen, because this was done to the Jewish people a long time ago. I mean, it's not even that long. So that he let it happen to others, and to do the same thing that was done to you, it's something that I think that's what shocks most people when they come here, because you expect always, you have that in your mind. Almost everyone, like my son, he's 12 right now, and if you ask him anything about Holocaust, he knows everything. If you ask him about Hitler, he would tell you, I mean, details that even I don't know, even though I've read so many books on Hitler. So that's the way you grow up, because this was done to Jewish people a long time ago, and we shouldn't let this happen to anybody. You have that in your mind, so you expect Jewish people will be the first ones to respect, to make sure that it doesn't happen to any other human being. But when you come here, that's not what you see. You see it's worse, and so you feel a lot of anger. So if to see Eli Shai, a public figure, interior minister, talking about black people like that, and to see other ministers asking for activists to be arrested with, I mean, it's just, if it was somewhere else, it would have been one of the biggest scandals. I mean, and I'm shocked that people aren't shocked when they watch that. That I don't understand. That some public figures are inciting hate. It's very shocking to me. I mean, there are racists everywhere. I mean, we have in Sweden even the New Democrats. This is our white supremacists that were democratically elected. Even them, they cannot use such kind of words. You can't. They cannot talk anything against the Jewish people or gay people or black people, because that would disqualify them from, and they cannot be at the parliament. So even when they talk, they use proper words, where Sweden is, we cannot receive any more immigrants, but they would never say, we don't want more black people, because that would be politically incorrect. So even the racist party is politically correct when the words they use. So it shocks you when you hear ministers talking like that without any precaution. I have a very wide network, especially I know so many human rights activists and well-known people all over. And it shocks me because people that claim to be human rights activists that fights for refugee issues, that have been supporting me for the Sinai atrocities all the way, you know, condemning it, trying whatever to have to help out. But the moment you touch, then after Sinai, then they end up in Israel and they're being called infiltrators, and you see that a lot of people would be like, hey, you know, I'm pro-Israel. I mean, it have nothing to do with it. I mean, you are a human rights activist, so when I talk about the Sinai, it's not because I hate Egyptians. They didn't do nothing to me. I'm talking about the problem because there is an issue that should be addressed. So it's not against Egypt or something. These are people being mistreated. Let's talk about it. If I talk about the refugees in Sudan, it's not because I'm against Sudanese people. But I mean, even Bashir himself admitted, yes, Eritreans are being kidnapped in Sudan, and I don't know how to change it when I met him in a meeting. So, I mean, if you cannot admit that there is a problem, then you cannot fix it. So me talking about how Africans are being treated here in Israel, it doesn't mean that I'm against Israel. I'm against the system, not the Israeli people. There is a difference. I oppose every day. I talk about things about my country, my own country, the country that I love. But it doesn't make me that it's against it. I talk about against the regime that are ruling. I mean, the system. It's not against my country or my people, because and people, I think a lot of people they can't differentiate that when you're talking about the system, then they feel offended and feel that you're talking about the people. It have nothing to do with it. If it was like that, I wouldn't be here. So I have, especially with my American activists, I mean friends that I work with very often, then it's a subject that they don't allow you to touch, or they're not interested. You know, they can help out about any other issue that you have, but they don't want to hear about the refugee situation here. Media, I mean, we're being discriminated, of course. I mean, in Sweden, okay, as I told you, it's easier. But in other countries, I mean, those big media outlets wouldn't like to cover these issues or talk about these issues. Or you would find a journalist that's willing to write about this, but the Eritrean chief would cut it off, and then it would be another report, even though you read it before it was, just before it's about to be published. So it's always that kind of things happen. I mean, it's everywhere you go. Somehow people have fear of Israel.